Letting go of toxic habits isn't just about quitting. It's about making space for healing, growth, and the life you truly deserve. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about toxic habits you must quit in order to heal. Enjoy. Toxic habits can sneak into your life without you even realizing it. They start as small patterns, but over time, they drain your energy, lower your self-esteem, and hold you back from the happiness you deserve. The first step to healing is recognizing these toxic habits for what they are: self-sabotaging behaviors that keep you stuck. You might not see them clearly at first, but take a moment to reflect. Are there patterns in your life that leave you feeling exhausted, unfulfilled, or unworthy? These could be signs that a toxic habit is at play. Acknowledging them is not about blame. It's about empowerment. When you recognize a habit that no longer serves you, you take back control. Maybe it's always doubting yourself, over-apologizing, or holding on to resentment. Whatever it is, know that you have the power to shift it. Awareness is the first step toward breaking free. Start paying attention to your daily thoughts, your behaviors, and the patterns that repeat in your life. With awareness comes the opportunity for change, and that change can lead to deep, lasting healing. One of the most common toxic habits is negative self-talk. You might not even realize how often you criticize yourself throughout the day. That voice in your head that says, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never get it right," is not your friend. It's a habit that keeps you small, convinces you to settle, and robs you of confidence. The words you say to yourself matter more than you think. They shape your beliefs, your emotions, and ultimately, your actions. If you constantly feed your mind with self-doubt, how can you expect to grow? You wouldn't speak to a loved one the way you sometimes speak to yourself, so why do you allow it? It's time to shift the way you talk to yourself. Instead of focusing on what you lack, acknowledge your strengths. Instead of dwelling on mistakes, remind yourself of your progress. Try replacing harsh self-criticism with words of encouragement. Start small. I am learning. I am growing. I am worthy of good things. With time and practice, positive self-talk becomes your new default, and healing begins from within. Seeking approval from others can be another toxic habit that keeps you from healing. When you rely on external validation to feel worthy, you give away your power. You allow other people's opinions to dictate your self-worth, and that can be exhausting. It's impossible to make everyone happy, yet you might find yourself constantly trying, saying yes when you mean no, suppressing your true feelings, or bending over backward just to feel accepted. But the truth is, no amount of approval from others will ever be enough if you don't approve of yourself first. Letting go of this need for validation doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start prioritizing your own peace over the fear of disappointing others. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to say no. And most importantly, you are allowed to validate yourself. Instead of chasing approval, start asking yourself, what do I need? What makes me happy? What do I believe about myself? When your sense of worth comes from within, you free yourself from the weight of constant comparison and expectation. A fixed mindset is another habit that can hold you back from true healing. When you believe your abilities, intelligence, or circumstances are set in stone, you limit your own growth. You might tell yourself, "I'll never be good at this," or "This is just the way I am." But these thoughts keep you stuck. They reinforce the idea that change isn't possible, even when it is. A fixed mindset keeps you in a cycle of fear. Fear of failure, fear of trying something new, fear of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Shifting to a growth mindset means believing that you can improve, that your struggles are temporary, and that every challenge is an opportunity to learn. Instead of seeing failure as a stop sign, see it as feedback. Instead of saying "I can't," add one powerful word: yet. I can't do this, yet. That single word opens the door to possibilities. Growth happens when you choose to believe in your own potential. The more you embrace change, the more you heal, and the more you realize that you are capable of so much more than you once believed. Another major factor in your healing journey is the people you surround yourself with. Some relationships drain your energy instead of adding to it. You might feel obligated to keep certain people in your life, even when they bring negativity, criticism, or emotional exhaustion. Maybe it's a friend who never supports you, a coworker who constantly gossips, or a family member who makes you feel small. Holding on to toxic relationships can slow your healing and keep you stuck in old patterns. It's not easy to distance yourself from unhealthy connections, but it is necessary for your well-being. You don't have to cut people out in anger or resentment. Simply recognize who lifts you up and who weighs you down. Invest your time and energy in relationships that encourage your growth, support your happiness, and bring positivity into your life. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see your worth and help you see it too. Finally, once you have cleared the toxic habits, you need to replace them with healing ones. This is the most powerful step of all. Healing is not just about removing what harms you. It's about building new, healthy patterns that nurture your mind, body, and soul. Start practicing gratitude daily, even for the small things. Set boundaries and honor your needs. Speak kindly to yourself, even when you make mistakes. Take care of your body with rest, movement, and nourishment. And most of all, allow yourself grace as you grow. You are not meant to be perfect. You are meant to learn, evolve, and become the best version of yourself. Healing is a journey, not a destination. And as you let go of what no longer serves you and embrace what does, you'll find that your energy shifts, your confidence rises, and your life becomes lighter. One step at a time, one habit at a time, you are creating a life that supports your well-being. Keep going. You are worth it. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.